So Coil Whine seems to be a thing on the PlayStation 5. Does it mean your console is defective, though? Let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
Now, I have been using the PlayStation 5, and I will say that both the Series X and PlayStation 5 are super quiet consoles. Now, I just installed games, played around with the user interface a little bit. I haven't gamed on it yet. My kids have been here. Children take up a lot of time, but it's been pretty quiet from what I've used of it. I'm going to try some Spider-Man Miles Morales. I downloaded that, and Demon Souls and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I'm going to try all those games, but pretty quiet system. Well, yesterday, my editor had an issue with his PlayStation 5 where he had to return it. He actually talked to Sony, and it made this noise. Now, some may say that sounds like an old refrigerator, and I agree, but it sounded a little bit like Coil Whine. Now, the first time I've dealt with Coil Whine was when I had a GTX 670. Yeah, we're going way back, 2013. I remember I got the 670, and that was the first experience I had with Coil Whine, and I heard the noise, and I'm like, man, what's that? I thought there was something wrong with my card, but then everyone was like, Rich, no big deal. It's Coil Whine. It's a thing. Well, another PlayStation 5 owner also had the same noise happen with their console. Take a listen, and then we will discuss. Now, the video there is only 240p in 2020, but I bet you if you had at a higher video quality, it also increases the audio quality. You would have heard more of a high-pitched sound along with that buzzing. There, it kind of just sounds, again, like an old refrigerator, but it's definitely Coil Whine. Now, is Coil Whine a defect? Generally, no. Look, my 3080 makes a little bit of Coil Whine when it's under load. I've had other graphics cards after the 670 Coil Whine. The little Zotac computer I have here, you take a look at it, it's sexy. Right there between the horses. That has Coil Whine. When I play, it's a thing with graphics cards. When you put them under load, Coil Whine, you hear the high-pitched noise. Some cards, it's next to nothing. Some cards, you don't hear it at all. And I noticed with AMD cards, at least back in the day, it was more of a thing. And like I said, my GTX 670 had it, but that card was rock solid and stable. So, do I consider this now a defect with the PlayStation 5? Possibly. Now, my editors yesterday, with how loud that was, he actually showed me a couple videos of it. It was loud. That, even if it technically wasn't defective, and sometimes Coil Whine can just resolve itself, I would have wanted to bring the system back too. That was borderline unbearable. But I guess this could be a thing with the PlayStation 5 and even the Series X, and you kind of have to judge it. If you hear enough Coil Whine that it's annoying, I would say return it or exchange it or call Sony or good luck trying to get another PlayStation 5. So it's kind of up in the air. It's up to you. Consoles are going to be defective, but does it mean that everyone should panic? No. Now, this, you're going to have to literally play by ear. If you have a PlayStation 5, you hear a little bit of Coil Whine, I personally wouldn't exchange it. If it's as loud as my editor's was yesterday, yes, I would exchange it. But just know, like with graphics cards, Coil Whine can be a thing, and if you hear some light high-pitched buzzing out of your console, doesn't necessarily mean it's defective. So I guess you're going to have to take this one on a case-by-case basis. Is it a reason to panic? No. They're saying in push square it's time to sound the alarm. I don't agree with that. So check. This might be a thing. If you're getting a PlayStation 5, I know some people pre-ordered it. It's coming within, either it came in the past 2 days or it comes in the next week. Listen, see if you hear it. If it sounds really loud, maybe you should think about exchanging it or returning it. If it's a light noise, then I would say hold off, because like I said, Coil Whine with technology is a thing, and if you try to avoid it, you'll have to end up returning virtually all of your consoles and all of your graphics cards. So let's wait and see on this one. Again, it depends on the severity of it. If it's light, I wouldn't return your PlayStation 5. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.